in this world is my balls and my word. And I don't break them for no. Do you understand?
Welcome. This is the Big KIZ podcast. I'm Abu.
I'm Brian.
And yeah, this is a bit of a different podcast before because we're actually in front of each other this time.
Well, actually, funnily enough, we did some like demo takes, didn't we, initially? Yeah. And then this one is the real thing.
Yeah, definitely.
The real McCoy.
Definitely.
So.
But yeah, it took a bit of a while for me to get here because on my Google Maps it said like 40 minutes to get here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
From North London. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. But then I hit the bridge and it's just a complete slowdown. And it's just, I forget how literally the Dartford crossing is just always a slowdown.
Oh, God, I hate the Dartford crossing.
So anyways, coming through and I'm thinking, what was the hold up? There's a car, like flames coming off the bonnet.
Could you tell what make it was?
Oh, it was a Nissan, funny enough.
And a what?
Qashqai, Nissan Qashqai.
Oh, okay, it was a Qashqai red. That's not good news.
Exactly, and I'm thinking, shit, like, what did you do to your car? Honestly, like, how does it reach that point where your car's bursting into flames?
No, I do think something probably to do with the summer heat.
Maybe, yeah, true.
But by the way, you're here for what exactly?
Oh yeah, to watch the Euros. Come on, literally,
so,
come on, England.
I'm excited as well. Actually,
I feel like I'm not backing England to win it, but I feel like they're like the
quarters at least. I think
like they're the dark horse in this competition.
You never know. Could win it. Could win it. You know.
Yeah. If France if they're not tearing up teams, we'll see.
Bro, just put Wan-Bissaka. It will put Mbappe in his pocket.
Mate, Wan-Bissaka got left in Manchester, mate. Yeah, there was no space for him. Who did they replace him with? Ben White.
I don't know. It seems a bit of a madness. All of that. To be quite honest with you.
The thing is, I want to see if Rashford starts because Grealish has to play. Man.
So actually, this said though that the Eriksen situation. Did you see it or?
Yeah. So I didn't actually watch the match. So I just heard the news afterwards. But from what I've seen in the highlights, it's just there was no one around him, and he just collapsed to the ground.
Yeah, no, I did. I watched like a little slowdown clip on YouTube, and I was like, "Damn, that's quite serious."
Yeah, exactly.
Like a Mwamba
situation. Exactly.
And the dude's 29, and this is the other thing that gets me. It's post Mwamba. I thought after the Mwamba thing, everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna check everyone's hearts."
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff, and it's not like Eriksen weren't a big, famous dude.
Exactly.
Like, you know, Inter Milan are probably thinking, "Oh shit, he can't play. He's on contract."
Yeah.
You know, obviously we can't just sack him off.
Exactly.
And they wanted to sell better players anyway, and now that's another one they can't sell.
Yeah.
So that's and Inter got to play the PR right on that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a problem for them. But no, you know what? I was just like, geez, I hope he doesn't die because it's just a sad.
No. I'm glad like they quickly came out saying like he's in stable condition. Like
thank goodness, because that's the last thing you want to see.
Honestly, man. And also this COVID situation has also touched like the Spanish squad. Like a couple players had to.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, had to leave because of COVID, and it's like, damn, this Euros is really being hampered by just stuff we're not seeing. But it's all for entertainment, man.
No, but I was also thinking, just because I've watched a lot of football this year, I was like, blimey, these players are playing a lot of games. If you're first 11 for your club, you are playing a lot of games.
Yeah.
Like, I think Rashford must be close to like 40, 50 games this season.
Oh, crap, wow.
And, he's already injured.
That's the thing.
So, it's a big stress on the players. It's a big stress. I don't even want to be watching the Euros. It's too much football this year. No, because what happened with COVID was, at first I was like, damn, this is actually the longest time ever with no football.
Yeah.
And then they rushed all the season in, and now it's been a bit too much football.
Yeah, literally.
So anyway, the purpose of this episode is kind of like a little season review for much of a better word.
Alright.
And let's start with Arsenal because you're a forgotten team. I don't even know where in the table you ended up.
So
I weren't worried.
I think we ended up ninth,
ninth
under Tottenham, because they managed to beat Leicester.
Oh, okay.
It had a chain effect. Yeah, it had a chain of effect.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's been a mediocre season. Last season we finished 8th, but we had an FA Cup, so it kind of papered over the cracks. But the club has always been in decline, and right now it's just he's tried to get the players out. Like we got rid of Kolasinac, Mustafi, Özil, so it's kind of like a refresh. So this summer we'll wait and see, because the board, as much as fans, we don't believe in Arteta, because I feel personally he's a bit naive. Like he hasn't got the experience yet.
Yeah.
But we got being told to trust the fucking process, and that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, I think the thing is that really the problem isn't the manager. You know, the fact is, I think Kroenke and the Arsenal board right now are just thinking, okay, actually what's happened is because of City and because Chelsea have come along, really it's too tough to compete for that top 4, for that Champions League spot, because
for the league,
you know, the league's not even there. The league's been off the table for a while.
Exactly.
You know, we're discussing top 4. So I think that's where they've gone with it. They're like, let's just try and keep it top half of the table and go on a few cup runs. You know, if we can win it, if we can get a cup every 5 to 10 years, then sorted. That's the thinking, because you know, at the end of the day, all money in, no money out. Right? That's what he's done with the club.
You know what it is? Someone told me that winning's a culture. At certain clubs, you expect to win. At Madrid, at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, the expectation is always to try and win, right? But Arsenal's like what you exactly just said. The expectations are like, what, FA Cup, maintain, like maybe be a bit competitive, but there's no aspirations for the title, which is fallen from like the times of the Invincibles, which I kind of supported Arsenal on the back end of their, I'd say, downfall.
But let me ask you, I mean, is it just not the financial circumstances? Like other clubs have come in and spent big, and that's where it is. It's just a spending thing. Because I don't know, but I don't think Arsenal are that far off where they are in the spending table. You know, like in terms of generally, for the most part, wages correlate to where you finish in the league.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Cool.
And I think, you know, that's still reflected in Arsenal. And actually, I think really it's going to become tougher now for Arsenal, because on the back end of Wenger, you've still got Aubameyang. You know, you still managed to bring in a few star players. I forget the French striker now, which is ridiculous. Lacazette. Yeah. Now you're never going to bring in a Lacazette or a quality player like Aubameyang. Of course, money speaks. Of course, London speaks.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, it's an international city. Players are happy to move to London.
Exactly.
Right? That helps. But I do wonder where it's going to go. And for example, you look at selling Giroud. Giroud was a mistake. Should have kept Giroud and never brought in Lacazette. But the reality is, Lacazette probably brought Aubameyang with him, because they're like very good pals and that kind of thing. So that kind of helped him along. But you know, Giroud's another player who left Arsenal.
Went on to achieve so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. Champions League, Europa League title, you name it.
And to be honest, I've not been following Chelsea, so a lot of their players just came as a surprise to me.
Even but they spent big, you know.
No, they also spent big, yeah.
But that's also, it's like from the top, like you were saying, it's the structure. Like, our owners don't invest money. Abramovich is like, all right, we need a goalkeeper, we'll spend 70 mil on Kepa. He's not working out calm, let's bin him quickly, get Mendy for, 20 mil. Like, he's decisive when something's not going wrong, fine. But Arsenal, we bought Pepe for 70 mil. And only now he's coming good. It's been, like, why, of all teams, like, apparently Zaha was on the table for a little less. But
Zaha, I think Zaha actually would have been better.
Definitely. Like, he's proven Premier League quality.
Yeah, Pepe really, just for his build, I think he was going to have to be exceptionally good. Do you know what I mean? Just his physical attributes straight away would make me worry.
If he hit the gym, yeah, definitely. Because towards the end of the season, he was shining. Like, he's got a wonderful left foot. Like, he not makes players like it's easy. But the problem is now it's just Arsenal in such a shambles shape. Like, the entire squad needs rejuvenating. Like, Hector Bellerin, the goalkeeping situation. we haven't got a left back apart from Kieran Tierney, who's always injured.
So what's a good summer? Let's put it this way. Let's wrap it up in the sense of how do you think the season went? Did they overperform? Did they underperform with the quality of the players? And what do you want to see happen in the summer, man?
Okay.
Because I think.
Okay, so simple, right? We made terrible signing this season, Willian. He has been just terrible, honestly. Like,
brother, he's living the London life.
Honestly,
that's what he's doing.
You got to question sometimes before you sign a player. You got to question their motivation about what they bring to the team, and Willian hasn't brought much.
Yeah, brother, he just didn't want to. He still had 12 months on his let. That's why he stayed.
It's a joke. So David Luiz, I understand. We kept him on, for support, but we should have brought someone else also. The situation with Williams Saliba, I don't understand it at all. I wish there was some clarity because he was at the club for 6 months until the winter transfer window, didn't play a game. So it's like...
Is he a youth defender?
Yeah, no, we bought him from St Etienne when he was 18. Apparently he was getting first team games there, playing like 30 games. We loaned him back to Nice this season, instantly in their first team. And they go on the cup run. I think they win like a French final. They lost it.
Okay.
So he's playing well in France, but he hasn't got a game in England. So I want that clarified in regards to how good he is, And another centre back. This is because David Luiz is gone. We need another centre back, a solid one. Bayern Munich took the one from was it RP Leipzig?
Yeah.
The French guy.
Conde, I think.
No, that's Liverpool. It's Upamecano, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, like, literally all the good centre-backs are going. We've got a kid on loan who's been at Stuttgart, Greek international, is it Mavropanos or something like that? And then he's coming back, but we'll see. I mean, the issue is centre mid. I'm hearing movies of Ruben Neves from Wolves. I'd welcome that. He's a better alternative to Xhaka because by the looks of it, he's going to Roma. So... a cam. I think we keep Odegaard, and
on loan another season.
Yeah, on loan with another season. Yeah.
On loan, yeah.
Because we missed out on Buendia. That's another thing. Like,
I heard about this. He was like, he turned down Arsenal for Aston Villa. The thing is, I understand.
I think it was more of a monetary thing. Aston Villa paid 4 million more. Arsenal couldn't be bothered to do that. So,
okay.
Kind of shows the ambition again.
It shows the ambition, and the thing is as well, in Aston Villa, aspirations are different, and in some ways, it's less pressure on the player.
Yeah.
One thing, so that helps, but also it's like, I think, and it's true. How much has AFTV got to do with it? But sometimes there's always like a doom and gloom around the club, because really. It's hard to be excited because there's no young players coming through. There's,
No, we got Saka and Emil Smith Rowe.
Yeah, I was thinking United by Saka. That's what I was thinking. No, but it's hard to... What I'm saying is, what you need is an upwards trend, and the feeling at the moment is everything's just been downwards trend.
Yeah.
With Arsenal, and I think that's the difficulty in creating... There's still that it's dying down now. Maybe this is what I'm saying. Like sometimes the pressure or the upset to succeed is too high.
You know what it is? Arsenal are going to be in this rut for a couple of years. I say 3 seasons of more mediocre. I don't think we're going to be challenging for the top 4. We'll be scraping it, maybe 6th. But right now, Arsenal are in a transition stage, which is we've just got to look inward. We've got to focus on how we play our football, and that's it. Liverpool, Man City, United, they can challenge for the title. But for us, we just need to get back to the fundamentals, find our style of play. Remember Arsenal had a style of play, passing it into the goal. I can't remember we scored a goal like that. It's been a while. So I think we just need a reset and then kick again in a couple of seasons.
So, let me give you my perspective on this transition. It's true because I feel like that about Manchester United. But similarly, I look at Chelsea, and where's their transition season?
No, but they're aggressive. How much they spend on Kai Havertz? 90 mil. How much they spend on Werner? Like 60 mil. How much they spend on?
No, okay, but
they're aggressive.
No, of course, but it's not like Arsenal ain't spent, and it's not like
not to the level of Chelsea. Not to the level of Chelsea.
They're probably
spent in the billions over the last decade.
But it's still, they've got 2 Champions Leagues now.
Yeah,
It's a bit mad.
Yeah, which they,
It's
yeah.
a bit mad. Think about it.
But that's because of
Chelsea-
years of investment. Think of this started back in 2005 with Didier Drogba, Iron Robin, Crespo, all these men coming
Yeah,
through.
that is
Makelele.
true. Yeah,
This has been a long way in the windpipe.
No, of course. Yeah, well, and you just look at City. I mean, City getting to the final.
Remember when they had Robinho, Joe, Vincent Kompany, these joke men, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, these guys are still trying it, but nothing's coming off. Then they bought Aguero. That's when, David Silva.
Aguero from Atletico. The funny thing about City as a club is actually their average attendance even before they were big was still around 40k.
Okay.
So they're still a big club, right? They get
Relatively speaking now.
No, but what I mean is they're a big club in the sense that they've always had support like a Sheffield Wednesday or an Aston Villa or a Newcastle or stuff like that. Like, they're established big club in terms of support.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Wigan. Like Wigan won FA Cup, right?
Yeah.
But really, there's more rugby league or rugby union fans in Wigan than there are Premiership football fans.
Okay.
Like in terms of attendance.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
where are Wigan at the moment?
I don't even know. but I think it's in, I think that's an interesting point. Like City were always a big club, but they were never a big club in terms of like...
They had a big fan base, you're saying?
Yeah, they had a
club.
big solid fan base, but they didn't have any pedigree.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, and this is the thing with Chelsea. Like now with those European... This is the thing, it's like, it's one thing doing it at home. That, it's one thing doing it at home and then another thing doing it away. And Chelsea now, because of those European titles...
The biggest club in London.
They got that,
I admit.
They kind of given themselves that little bit of pedigree, right? Because you're like, damn, that's a club with some like...
Credentials, mate.
Yeah, it's a club of tradition and whatever, Yeah, even like a Nottingham Forest. Like Nottingham Forest got European titles.
Yeah.
Right? It's a club of tradition and pedigree, right? So it's a shame because really, Wenger really did deserve a European title. He really did.
Yeah.
He did deserve one.
Yeah.
And in some ways, it's a kind of a blemish on his record. He never got one. Even a UEFA, Europa. Yeah. Because at least it's that, But it doesn't. There's no justice in the world. We already know that, right? And so he deserved one for sure.
Definitely,
Wenger. But yeah,
we can all say that in hindsight, man. We can only say that in hindsight. But yeah, what's the situation with Man United then?
So I've got to say, since Bruno joined, for me, I fell in love with football again, because there's a touch of the Ronaldinho where he gets the ball and you don't know what's going to happen. And tell a lie. 2/3 of the time, two-thirds of the time, he's gonna give the ball away. That's the reality. 2/3 of the time, but the other third of the time, he's gonna give you an opportunity to probably put it in the back of the net, and that's what it's worth. I mean, in terms of Man United, I think it's quite simple. Fred and McTominay aren't good enough. That's a fact. And Maguire needs a proper part. Here's the thing: Maguire is still the best defender, and then Man United fans probably underrate him. But the problem is that Maguire needs a senior. He needs a senior partner,
like a Thiago Silva.
I think even a Thiago Silva, someone who could give him some direction or some pointers. I've got to be honest with you.
What about Chiellini? He's getting old.
I can't feel what the mix would be.
Yeah.
But Maguire needs to be the junior partner in that mix.
Chiellini, Chiellini and him. Chiellini from Juve.
I don't know if he would go. I don't know what the circumstances is, but there's chat of Varane. I'm not that familiar.
Oh, but Varane needs Ramos though. That's the thing. Varane's kind of like the same situation you're saying.
Oh, okay.
If Ramos ain't playing, he's playing a bit shit.
No, okay,
man.
but he's still better than what's left. That's the problem. Like Maguire needs someone, but the midfield, we need a defensive midfielder, because actually Fred or even McTominay, box to box, actually offers a bit more. Like even McTominay, he's got a good strike on him. He's big. He's aggressive with his play, but you know, he can't be a defensive midfielder. He can't calculate the, you know, Makelele role.
You mean Michael Carrick?
No, more defensive than Michael Carrick.
Okay.
Like it needs to, you know.
What's Matches doing?
You can't get Kante. You can't clone him, but that's who you would want. You know, the guy is absolute.
Honestly, one of a kind, man.
Like one of the, you know, he's one of those actually that's going to prove it through a career length. Like 7 out of 10 performances, nearly every single game.
Yeah.
Like just
so many accolades. He's won it all, man.
He's won it all, and he does deserve it.
And he's still got like 5 more years in him.
Yeah, for sure. He's a player. He when Chelsea signed him, I was like, I don't believe it. That was a mistake. That was a mistake to let him go, because he will do so much.
No, but Leicester, come on, he was at a small club compared to Chelsea at the time.
No, of course. But so anyway, going back to United, that's where I think that's where the problem is in the midfield. The attackers. Really, you know, Martial had an awful season, got injured, but the season before he got 21 goals. He's a quality player, and actually, even this season, he put in a man of the match performance against Manchester City, playing number 9 really well.
Okay.
And I think, you know, just seeing even Cavani's impact on Greenwood, it's no surprise Cavani wins the last minute winner with a diving header, and then 4 to 6 weeks later, Mason Greenwood is doing the same diving header shit. You know, there's something there, and of course, I understand it. When you're young, you're not thinking. When you see a 32-year-old guy who's got a career,
playing at the top level, a brother who would have been,
he would have been buying him on Ultimate Team, with mad stats for years and years, and you see it up close. And you see the dedication and the application of the player. Of course, it makes an impact, because you realise, if I want to be in this top echelon, ain't no fucking about. It's real. It's like, you think David Beckham didn't practice free kicks. How do you think he got so good?
Yeah, true.
You know, how did Ronaldo get so good? Ronaldo was there. He was training.
Yeah.
You know, so there is that kind of application.
So, you know, that's the thing. We don't have that at Arsenal, I don't think. You know. When you come, if you're a young player and you look at our squad, who's the guy you're like, maybe Aubameyang, he's proven, but he's had a really shit season. And he seems so happy-go-lucky all the time. There's no edge to him, in a sense.
Yeah.
And
he's not sad enough if he lose. So this is the thing about Bruno. Bruno, he's got a fire up on his arse. Like, he wants to win.
I feel for him, though. He leaves Sporting Lisbon and they win a title.
No, I do feel for Bruno, because, I mean, he was upset about losing the Europa League, and I can understand that, because he hasn't won a trophy. Like, I think for a player, you actually got to think it is important to win trophies.
Exactly.
You know, because at the end of the day, not everyone wins the trophies. Like, you need to go do it and be there.
Did Matthew Letizia win any trophies?
No.
Okay. So you just end up like a Matthew Letizia.
Well, but Matt Letizia spent all his career with Southampton, didn't he?
Okay.
So he becomes like a little local legend.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of thing. So for Bruno, I think he wants to come in and he wants to win, and that pushes other players. You know, that pushes other players, because he's not afraid to say, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, do you want to win or not? Like, you got to put your body on the line, because at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, football players do put their bodies on the line. You've seen like clash of heads, all this kind of stuff, and of course I get sick of people saying, "Oh, it's not like rugby." It's not like a lot of rugby players spend most of their time injured. Since rugby became more professional, more of their players spend more time injured than ever before, because I think before they haven't got time to put on extra stones of muscle in the gym. And now the impacts
are much stronger than before. People are more fitter than ever.
I
look at footballers now. Everyone's so lean and like.
Yeah, they're lean.
Like the game is just moving so fast. Like fitness has to be part of your regimen. No, would a Maradona survive in today's football climate?
I don't know. Maradona was a bit mad. I think it'd be worse. He turned it. Oh,
But he was lazy though. That's the thing. In Italian league, they just give the ball to Maradona, and then he would do his thing.
no, but it was the same for everyone though. But now it's true. Now I think it's the nutrition and the knowledge. It's a lot more widespread because you see nearly everyone is like what I would call like otter mode. You know, there's shit like swimmers physique where they're not exactly like they're not built too muscly, like not too heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
But they all got like kind of 6-pack physique.
Of course.
But it's still like very low body fat, like high, like still lots of muscle, like probably as much muscle for power as necessary.
Like Michael Phelps, kind of.
Yeah, like a kind of Phelps.
Yeah, build. Yeah, definitely. That's what you got because you got to have strength and power and endurance with football, man. But yeah.
So Bruno, I think, revitalised the season. I think though that coming second was a false dawn. We'll be fighting for top 4 next season. And really, Sancho, I could leave Sancho aside personally. I think Diallo is a bit of a sick player. I don't know if you've seen any of him. He's the Ivory Coast cat.
I saw him. Was it Europa League against who was it? Who did you guys have before in the semi-finals?
Oh, and he scored the header.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already thought the moment I saw that header, I was like, damn, that's not normal. A kid don't come in and score that kind of header and run into that space without being talented. So I feel like Sancho, why are you going to bring in Sancho? Because we're not going to win the Premier next season, so there's no point bringing in Sancho now. You could play Diallo for a season. Because all you're doing now is stacking options. Really, you need to spend the Sancho money on a centre-back. Or you need to bring in a defensive midfielder. Because I think Pogba is just going to run down his contract. That's what he's going to do. And he'll go somewhere else. Maybe likely Madrid, like he's always wanted to. And he's already old. He's already quite old.
28?
28, yeah. But by the time he goes, he'll be 29.
Okay.
So he'll want to go to Madrid or whatever.
Yeah, Madrid have actually got a really old centre midfield. It's still the same cats of Modric, Toni Kroos and Casemiro. They ain't changed that for years.
But Modric, well,
He's
the last time I watched
35.
Modric was World Cup against England. He was still beast.
Yeah, he was playing well against Belgium the other day.
So, what are your predictions for the game today?
So, England, we got Croatia. So, Croatia, they're a hard-working team. But the thing is, it's still the same Croatia from the last World Cup. There hasn't been no revived, like young players. It's still the same squad. So it's still going to be the same premise. I feel like they're going to have a lot of the ball, move it around. Arsenal, England are going to be patient. But we've got enough flair to get through them, I believe, definitely. It's just what we do without the ball.
Okay.
And how we set up. We're playing 3 at the back, we're playing 4 at the back.
Yeah, it's actually not clear at the minute that.
Definitely. If we play 3 at the back, then I feel that would benefit Croatia more. Because we're basically that's counter-attacking football. Whereas if we play 4 at the back, bit more at risk of being opened up, but still we could be able to get play through them. So I reckon 2-1 England.
2-1 England.
Yeah, I'm being
okay.
optimistic. Yeah.
I mean, I think, I do think you're probably right that England will concede a goal. I do agree with that for sure. But I think 2-1, that would also be my prediction just because I think we will concede a goal. But I also think Croatia will definitely concede a goal. But, it wouldn't surprise me if it just ends 1-1. England don't break them down by the end.
Yeah.
But if they do break them down, this is the thing. I think if England win, it's 3-1. If they don't win, it's 1-1. That's my feeling.
Okay, you don't think it's going to be a tight game?
No.
Because this is the first time these players are all playing together at a major tournament. Because before it was a different squad.
No, it's true. But let's see. I mean, we need to see who he starts with. Because, like you said, it's still not clear. But I really would prefer a back 4 than a back 3. Even if it is an attacking back 3, I think it just awkward positioning and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I think a 4-3-3 is
Good
where to go. BigKiz.com.
Yeah, check us out. Send us some voice messages if you're listening through. appreciate everyone who's listening to our podcast.
Oh, absolutely! It's amazing. Actually, you know, we take the time to record it, but we do it with no expectation of anyone taking the time to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Much love for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think we got to have some beverages now and get ready for the game.
All right, safe.
Peace.